Hey there, welcome to the Financial Engineer Podcast. I'm your host, Chukwudi Orai. Just call me Chudy. Before we get started, quick legal note. This podcast is for education and entertainment only. Yes, I'm a financial advisor, but I'm not your financial advisor. So don't go blow your rent money on some TikTok hustle and blame me. Always do your own due diligence and talk to a qualified professional before making major money moves. Let me ask a question. What do you do when your paycheck feels like it belongs to everyone but you? First gen professionals, especially in STEM and healthcare fields, the ones that made it, family support isn't optional, it's expected. And it's not just about paying bills, it's about identity, culture, obligation, love, and sometimes guilt. Well, a lot of times, guilt. But here's the hard truth. If you don't budget with clarity and boundaries, you'll burn out and nobody wins. So today I'm breaking down a system for budgeting for families that rely on you too. So you can help them, but you can also build the life that you deserve. There was a time when every money conversation felt like a fight, not just with my family, but myself. I'd look at my income, and before I could even enjoy it, I was already calculating who needed what, when, and how much. And here's the wild part. I bought an Audi S7, I think back in 2015. Not because I wanted a fancy car, but because I thought if I had less discretionary income, I'll have an excuse to say no. That's right, I made a 5-figure financial decision to protect myself from constant ask. That's what happens when you don't have a system. You end up making emotional, expensive choices just to cope. And maybe you felt that too. Maybe if you thought, if I just make myself look a little more broke, no one would ask me for more. If that's you, I get it, and I've also been there. So here's the framework. You got to make that shift. I realized I didn't need an expensive car to say no. I needed a framework. So here's a 3-bucket system for those who are familiar with bucket systems and budgeting. But here's one I use for clients. So you have the essentials, your future wealth, and your family support. Don't get too hung up on the percentages. This is just an example. So let's say 50% of your take home goes to your essentials. What are your essentials? Your essentials cover rent, it covers food, it covers bills, and it covers transportation. Basically, it's your baseline. Then you have future wealth, and this is so important. So let's just throw, for easy numbers, put 30% on that. That's retirement accounts, that's investments, that's emergency fund. If you don't build this, you'll never get your ass off that hamster wheel. And lastly, we have that family support. We'll save 20% just for easy numbers. This is the game changer. You set a fixed percentage or dollar amount, whichever is easier, for your remittances. So that could be sending money home to Bowie, Maryland, or to Abuja. It's all family support at the end of the day. And here's the key. You treat it like a bill, not an afterthought. When family asks, you can confidently say, yes, I help every month. This is the amount I've committed. Saying it like that removes any boundaries without guilt. All right, some practical tips with this. First, you got to track your money. So how are you supposed to make a budget when you don't know, one, how much money you're taking in, and two, where the hell is it going, So an exercise I like doing with clients is how much does it cost to be me? It's just an exercise where we link all your accounts. I use Monarch Money because it's the close thing I found to Mint back in the day. Track your money. The next practical tip is automate everything. Like I said, I use Monarch Money, but you can use whatever. You can use a spreadsheet. It's not the tool, it's the concept that matters the most. So set it once and let the system run. Then also now the harder part, communicate openly. Boundaries aren't selfish, they're sustainable. Also start small if you need to, even if it's $100 a month. That builds trust and consistency. And the last little practical tip, and when the ask keep coming, try to say yes, but. An example will be, yes, I can help, but here's my monthly budget for it. Supporting your family doesn't mean sacrificing your future. The best gift you can give them is your stability. Because if you burn out, if you go broke, if you never invest for your future, then who will be there for them later? Just pause and think about it. Wealth with boundaries isn't selfish, it's sustainable, it's leadership. For many of us, budget isn't just math, it's culture. Saying no feels like saying you don't love your family. I know, but it's not true. But the truth is, boundaries are a form of love too. Decide the exact dollar amount or percentage of your income you're going to commit to family support. Write it down, put it in your budget as a recurring line item. You even text it to yourself right now. Seriously, figure out that number. No vague promises, just a clear and consistent support, because you know it's coming. All right? If this episode hit home for you, I've got something to help. Download my free guide, the 5-step wealth blueprint for first-gen STEM and healthcare professionals. It's the playbook for balancing family support, building wealth in the USA without burning out. Just send me a message on IG at Lampados_financial_group, and I'll shoot it to you. And if you're ready to go deeper, book a complimentary financial checkup. Takes like 30 minutes. You link your accounts. We can show you where you're at. You can answer the question you probably already have. Am I doing okay? All right. You've carried your family this far. Now let's build a future, and thank you for your support. Share a link and subscribe. Thanks. Until next time.